guys, we are gonna go ahead and do some more balance stuff today. You don't need much. We're just gonna be doing a lot of more standing because we're working on our balance. So we kind of keep building with these balance videos. If I'm ever getting too advanced, you guys know that you can go back to doing things seated. You can go back to the first or second video, and that's fine too. We have lots of options, so feel free to kind of play with it a little bit, okay? I am going to use a chair today, so make sure you have a chair. Mine does not have arms today, and that's fine because we've talked about whether or not they have arms. Just changes a little bit of the exercise, okay? Mine doesn't have arms, but I can still hang into the seat when I'm going to get up and down from it, all right? So today again is focusing on balance. We're focusing on just kind of kicking it up another notch from last time, and we'll just kind of see how it goes, okay? So just work with me, adjust if you need to as we go through things, and we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna have you guys start with basic marching, but I am gonna use the chair to hang on to for me, okay? So I want you to go ahead, take the chair, you'll hang on to the side, and we're gonna start with some basic marches, all right? I'll show you here. Now remember, I always talk about getting the biggest bang for your buck. Flex your toes up a little bit when you're marching, and that'll help work on the ankle flexibility and strength, which is gonna help us with our balance, right? So I'm gonna stand nice and tall. I'm gonna pinch my tush on this side, make it hold me up. Don't get lazy in the hip, make it work. I'm gonna flex my toes up. I'm stay nice and tall, and I'm gonna go ahead and march, all right? And as we do this, I just keep thinking about my toes being flexed up, and you're gonna keep going through it, nice and controlled. What I'm not doing is getting lazy and buckling too far out. We don't wanna do that. And if it's hurting your hip or your back, don't march as high. If that's still too much, go ahead and do it seated, okay? We're gonna do 5 more because we're really gonna be pushing ourselves for those repetitions today, all right? So keep it working, keep it going. And now we're gonna switch legs. You're gonna do 15 on the other side, okay? Toes flexed up and down for 15, okay? Nice and controlled. Keep working, all right? I'm not being lazy on that hip, right? It's engaged and holding me up. Stay tall. My toes are flexed, and I'm working myself, okay? You guys are doing great. My head is up tall too, right? I'm not slouching in my back. I'm working my core. Keep everything working for me all at the same time. Give me 1 more, you guys. Good, take a break. So those thighs should be nice and toasty and warm, right? So we're ready to kind of keep going to the next thing. What we're gonna do next is your side leg lift. It's gonna be with a straight leg. So I'm gonna show you this way, but you feel free to hang on to your chair like this, okay? But I want you guys to see what I'm doing. So again, I'm not gonna be lazy in my stabilizing hip. Hold on to the chair. I put my other hand on my hip just so I can show you where my hips are at. And I'm gonna do a side leg lift, okay? Nice and easy. That's Charlotte. Nice, easy, controlled side leg lift. I'm not going really high because higher is just gonna make me lean and hurt my back, and I don't wanna do that. I just wanna feel this in my hip. Nice and controlled, keeping things working. If you're not feeling it in your hip, I want you to take those toes and turn them in a little bit more. And that may shorten your range, but you'll definitely feel it more inside that hip now. Let's do 2 more. Here's 1 and 2. Good. Take a break. I'm going to switch the chair to the other side so you can still see me. You don't need to do this. You're just switching legs, right? Hold on to your chair. Turn the toes in a little bit. And I'm nice and tall through here, okay? Lifting out and in. Nice and controlled. Out and in. Good, you guys. So I'm staying tall on my back. I'm going to keep moving throughout this movement, making everything work right now. We're not being lazy anywhere. I know it's gross outside. Really easy to just want to curl up with a book or something, watch a movie, take a nap. But we're going to try to move a little bit, okay? Give us some good energy. Help us focus on stuff that we can control and things that we can do about moving forward, right? Take a break. Good. So your hips should be nice and toasty. We need our hips because that's going to help us with a lot of balance issues, right? You got nice, strong hips. If you haven't worked out in a while and you go for a long walk, usually the hips get really tired. And that's because they're not used to holding you upright and walking as much. So want to make sure you're working them. Next exercise we're gonna do is a straight leg kickback. I'm gonna show you this way. I'm gonna hold on to the chair. I'm gonna go on my tippy toe, and I'm just gonna be lifting up and come back down. As I come down, my toes just touch the floor and then lift back up. That's all the movement's gonna be, okay? So when you're ready, position up, toes on the floor, holding onto my chair, lift and lower, lift and lower. Good. Keep it going. We're just doing the one side. By staying on one side at a time, it works our muscles that much harder than switching legs. And I told you before, we're going to be kicking it up another notch on this video. So this is that notch. There's no warm up with alternating sides anymore. Let's do 4 more on this side. You should be feeling it maybe in those hamstrings, definitely in the tush. If you're getting it in your low back, you might be kicking too high. Take a break. We're going to switch legs. I'm going to pivot for you. Same movement, opposite leg, okay? So holding on, go to the toes, and then gently lift. Lift and relax. Lift and relax. Good. Keep it going, okay? So again, I'm staying pretty tall in my core as I go through the movement. And I know that I'm making my tush do all of this work. Why do we need a strong tush for balance? That's what's going to help us get up and down from a seated position. It's what helps us with our walking, with stairs. We use that muscle a lot more than we give it credit for. So we really want to try to make it as strong as we can. And it's going to help us in the long run. Let's do 3 more. Here's 1 and 2 and 3. Good. Take a break, shake it out. If you need to get a quick sip, go right ahead. Otherwise, we're going to kind of keep moving through. We're going to go back now to the marching. Second set of everything, okay? No resting. If you need to sit down for this set, you can, but stay with that same leg again, okay? My toes are flexed, my hip is working, and I'm gonna march. I'm not lifting higher. I'm making sure that I'm not going past 90 degrees. It is so rare that I'm gonna go over a step that's that high up, okay? So as we march, all you're picturing is a curb that you're trying to step up and on, okay? Or a stair at home. We don't need to have crazy highs. Take a break and let's switch it up. Same thing, opposite side. Flex the toes up, engage my hip, and we're gonna march. Good, you guys. And again, I'm tall. I don't wanna get lazy in my core. The core is all of this, right? It's not just sucking in the belly button. That's like lazy man's version of engaging your core. Your core is the rib cage engaging, so you wanna get nice and tight. If you think about how to engage a core, 1 more, take a break. You think about it like when you go to cough and everything gets kind of tight. That's what we're looking for. We want you to kind of flex everything in here. So just pulling in the belly button only engages a small area of it really. So a good cough lets you feel everything. So that's what we're talking about when we say engage the whole core, all right? Let's go ahead and go back. I'm going to have you guys do another set of side leg lift, but this time it's going to be with a bent knee. Staying with the same leg, but with a bent knee. I'm going to start, well, I'll start with this leg. I'm going to go ahead and engage my hip. I'm going to bend my leg. I'm going to lift and come back down. All right, go ahead and start up with me when you're ready. And as we do this, that hip is not being lazy, that's stabilizing me, right? Kind of got to lift tall. I think of being like that kid that wants to get on the ride at the carnival or Great America or wherever you're at, and they want to pretend that they're tall enough. So lift yourself tall. Let's do 4 more. 1. Notice I'm not going crazy high. 3. 1 more time. And 4. Good, you guys. We're going to switch sides. If you want to feel a little bit more on that hamstring area with this movement, you just bend your knee a little bit more. Engage my hip, bend. Side leg, and drop. And as you keep going through this movement, you can engage the hamstring by bending that knee more. Or if you're getting to the point that it kind of feels like a Charlie horse is gonna pop in, you can straighten the leg a little bit too, okay? It doesn't have to be a lot. A little bit goes a long way with a lot of our muscle groups. Okay, nice and easy. 3 more. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Good. All right, so now we're going to do the kick back. I'm going to stay here just because I happen to be here. You're going to hold on to your chair with both hands. I've got my knee bent, and I'm going to kick my foot straight back. I'm not lifting it up to my tush or anything. My foot is flat. And I'm gonna kind of push straight behind me and together, okay? So bend that knee, get that strong hip lifting you. My knees start together. I'm gonna push straight back and come together. Straight back, come together. All right, keep it going. And again, we're working these muscle groups because they help a lot with us getting up and down, with our walking and everything else, okay? So you wanna hit these muscle groups so it helps you in the long run, okay? You guys are doing a really good job staying tall. Remember, tight ribs. It's weird in the beginning, but you kind of get used to being able to breathe and move with tight ribs. Last one, we're gonna switch. All right, my hips are engaged on the stabilizing side. I bend, my toes are flexed a little bit. Push that flat foot back and come together. Push back and come together. Good, we're gonna keep that going, nice and easy and controlled. Pushing as you go back. I don't change the bend in my knee as I push back. I'm just swinging from my hip joint, right? So that's how we're engaging the right muscle group. I'm not turning it into a leg curl by bending my heel or bringing my heel to my tush. My knee does not change. 2 more. 1 and 2. Good. We're going to give the legs a little bit of a break, but not totally, right? And we're going to kind of go through some movements. If you have weights close by, you can go ahead and grab them. Whether you've got dumbbells, if you've got water bottles or soup cans. Otherwise, just going through the motion is good too, okay? I want to have you guys stand like you're on a balance beam. My heels and toes are not touching each other, but it looks like I'm walking a straight line, okay? Palms are going to be open. Nice tight core for me. And I want you guys to go ahead and curl up and down. Good. Notice I am not leaning on one hip more than the other. And it kind of feels like I'm balancing a book on my head. And I want you guys to stay with that sensation and curl. Again, if you've got bands or a weight or anything else going on, great, you're getting extra bicep in, okay? But what we're teaching our body is that multiple things can be going on at the same time. And that's how we balance. 1 more. Good. Take a break. Shake it out if you got the weights. I'm going to switch my feet, okay? That's all that's changing right now. So I'm going to put my opposite leg in front. Everything else is staying the same. And now, I lied to you. The other thing that's changing is your hand position. If you've got the weights, instead of being open palm, we're doing what's called hammer style. So you're going to hold on this way, and you're going to curl up and down. Good, keep it going. Nice, easy curls. So bi means 2, right? So we have 2 bicep muscles. When we change the position of our wrist like that, from open palm to hammer, we're getting both biceps. If one of these movements is irritating your elbow, go back to the opposite, okay? We're not looking to cause joint pain. I'm just looking to target another muscle group for you. You guys are doing great. Let's do 1 more, okay? Good. Take a break, shake it out. Nice job. So we got our body knowing that it can do things in different planes with movement, and that's great for our balance. Next one I'm going to have you do is your calf raise. So we're going to give those arms a break. You're going to hold on to your chair again, and we're going to do our calf raise. Remember, I'm not doing a hip into the chair. I want to be that little kid getting on the ride and then coming back down. All right, and we've talked before about making sure that the weight goes on all of your toes, that you're not rolling to your pinky toe or onto your big toe. Make it an even spread if you can. Holding on, staying tall. I want you to go ahead and lift straight up and lower back down. Keep moving up and down. Spread that weight out even. And as you guys keep doing this, I also want you to think about the fact that my knees are not locked out. And I'm going to keep going through the movement. If this is too easy for you, or if you want to kick it up a little bit more, don't let your heels touch the floor when you lower. Get close, but then lift back up again. Get close, and then lift back up again. All right, if you don't give it that little bit of a break, it really does make a difference on how hard you make your muscles work. It's okay to need the break, but it's okay if you don't, you want to work it. Let's do 2 more. Here's 1 and 2. Good. Now I'm going to have you guys go ahead and stretch. So you're going to take that back heel behind you, lunge forward a little bit and push that back heel down. And we're just stretching out the calf that we just worked. Nice, easy hold. If you don't feel the stretch, go with a longer stride. But my front knee is not going past my ankle, okay? Really not past my toes is the marker, but you want to keep your body lined up. Let's go ahead and switch. Opposite leg in front, back heel down, lunge it forward for me, okay? Nice, good push, staying tall, and that's a good stretch. Remember, we want to have mobility in the ankle as well, because that's going to help your foot figure out the terrain changes. And when you get that feedback, your body knows how to engage so that we don't fall if you're on rocks or when you hit like a little crack in a curb or something. Good, and back up. Nice job, you guys. Okay, we're gonna go back to balance beam. If you wanna grab your weights, go ahead and grab your weights. And we're gonna do a front arm raise this time. So as you're holding on to the weights, you're gonna go ahead and go back into your basic stand for that balance beam position. And I'm gonna bring my hands up, shoulder height, and then lower it back down. All right, so grab the weights if you have them. Remember how to properly engage. Holding on, ready, and let's lift and back down. Both my knees are soft, we never lock out. And my body knows that I can lift objects and move in this position. I am keeping my hands in that hammer position right now. And we can just switch it when we switch our legs, right? Just to keep things going. I like to keep that body guessing. Let's go ahead and do 4 more now, okay? Here's 1. Balance that book on your head. 2. Doing a good job. 3. Last one. And 4. Good. All right, so shake it out. Switch your feet up. We always have to challenge ourselves, right? As humans, we've got one lead that's always better than the other. We got to push it and try to even ourselves out. So I'm positioned properly. My hands are going to be down to the ground. And I'm going to come up and lower back down. Good. Keep it going. So as you're going up and down, again, we're not going any higher than the shoulder, but when I come down, I'm not letting momentum win on the way back. So I'm not swinging past my hips. I'm in control of this movement, so I stop and I lift. We stop and we lift. Keep it going. We're going to do 4 more. 1, find that balance beam. I hope I didn't mess you up. 2 and 3. 1 more time and 4. Good. All right, shake out the shoulders. I want you to put your feet about hip width apart. And we're going to pretend that you're taking a kickboxing class with me. But you're not going to move your feet like you typically would in a kickboxing class. So my knees are soft. You can hang on to your small weights if you want to. And we're going to go ahead and punch and come back. But notice when I'm punching, I'm letting my chest and my belly button turn a little bit. I'm not pulling in my knee though. Okay, we don't want to hurt our knees. But letting my body know that I can move is a good thing, right? If you want to let that bottom leg move as well, to push it a little bit more, whatever hand you're punching with, that back heel comes up and you roll on your toe a little bit and come back down, okay? Here we go. Hips about hip width apart, a little bit wider. And we're gonna go ahead and turn and punch and come back in and punch and come back in. So if you're gonna let your whole hips rotate, you do have to lift that heel up a little bit. If it's too much for you, keep your feet planted and we still punch and come in. And I'm not involving my lower body at all. All of the movement is from my belly button up. All right, so you should feel that in your back, along the love handles, those obliques. And we're just punching and coming in. I'm working my chest and shoulders with this movement, but I'm also getting my torso to twist and come in. We do too much sitting around and don't move as much, we get really tight. And if we're tight, we can't balance right. You guys are doing good. Keep it going. If you're taking real kickboxing, you gotta get these hands up, right? Block your face from the attacker. Let's do a couple more on each side. And punch. Bring it in. Let's do 1 more on each. Punch. Bring it in. Punch. Bring it in. Good. Excellent job, you guys. Shake it out a little bit more. We're gonna just practice balancing on one leg next. I distracted you enough. So you're gonna hold on to your chair. Engage the leg you're choosing to balance on first. All right, and start with just a tippy toe for me. I'm tall. Find a focal point and lift up the toes if you can and hold. Now, if you can, let your hand float on the chair, so just above it. And you're gonna stay here. We're gonna count from 10 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Good. I can't just have you do one side, so now we got to do the other one. I'm switching so you can see me. Holding on to my chair to start. Tippy toe on my side that I'm going to lift. Engage on my balancing side. When you're ready, lift the toe. Float the hand if you can. And hold. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower. Good job, you guys. All right, we're gonna do a little bit more of a challenging position or exercise. It's a modified lunge. Don't let it scare you if you've got bad knees and you think I'm crazy. It's modified. If it's still too much, go ahead and go back to marching. I'm gonna show you sideways so you can see what I'm doing, what I'm not doing. So remember our calf stretch position that we were just in? Kind of go to that again, okay? But a little bit longer. All I'm doing is taking my front knee towards my toe and then back out. Towards my toe and back out. That's my modified lunge. So my back heel is off the floor. My knee is just going from above like my heel to towards my shoelaces. You decide how far forward, but do not go past your toes no matter what, okay? We're gonna go for 8 of them. So I'm holding on. 1, and bring it back. 2, and bring it back. Notice that back knee bending. 3, back. 4, back. Good. As we keep going, glance at that moving thigh in the front. Make sure it's staying straight and not getting wobbly. Last one. Good, you guys. Shake it out. We're going to switch sides, okay? My back heel is going to stay off the floor. Front leg is getting ready. I'm going to watch my thigh. If one leg is hurting and the other one didn't, you can always march on one side if you need to, okay? Here we go. 8 of them. 1, bring it back. 2, bring it back. Good. Keep it going. So same thing, right? I'm balancing my book. I'm keeping my front thigh straight. And I'm definitely not going past my toes. You decide how bendy that back knee gets. Last one. Good. Excellent, you guys. Shake it out. So we definitely are kicking it up a notch from what you're used to, right? We're going to do those fake outs. I don't have arms on the chair, but it's still possible, right? We don't always get to have arms on our chairs when we're out and about. So I'm pivoting so you guys can see. I'm going to have my feet hip width apart, and we're going to go ahead and sit. Get myself ready. I'm kind of forward on my chair. I'm going to use my thighs to help push off. You can use the arms on your chair if you have them. And I've talked about this before. I like to have one foot slightly in front of the other because I've got that stronger lead, and that helps me getting up to stand, okay? If that works for you, go for it. If you're better off with both feet wide, that works too, okay? Here we go. I'm going to fake out, offer to help get those dishes, and then change my mind and back down. All right, here we go. 8 of them. 1, this is what it looks like if you're using the chair. And 2, back down. Good. Do you need help with the dishes? No? Then I'll keep watching football. But we can't watch football right now, can we? Unless you're watching some of those old games. Give me 3 more, okay? 1, back down. You guys are doing good. 2, back down. Let's do 1 last time. 3, and bring it back down. Nice job, you guys. That was awesome. Since we're here, we're going to do our lean back abs. If you need a little bit of extra oomph on this, take those weights if you have them, water bottle, soup can, whatever you have, a small dumbbell, and hold it on your chest. My feet stay hip width apart, and I'm going to go ahead and lean back and bring myself back up. And we're just kind of hinging through this movement. And this is really working the abdominal area. And it's also helping strengthen my back a bit too, right? If you're feeling it all in your thighs, it means your legs are doing way too much. Don't lean back as far. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to work your legs right now though. We have 1 quad muscle. Quad means 4. One of those quad muscles crosses over at this hip, and it really wants to help out a lot because our thighs typically are very strong, but I don't want its help. So we're trying to keep it quiet. and not let it engage too much. So adjust your range if you have to. And as many of you who know me can guess, I have no idea how many we've done. Let's do 3 more. Here's 1 and 2. Give me 1 last time. And 3. Excellent. Let your back take a break. We're going to reach down, stretch it out. The next exercise we're going to go to is going to be the twisting abs. So this is actually a pretty good angle. A couple of my clients know the pose of please make the bad lady stop. So get your hands folded, and I'm going to act like I'm going to elbow tap the chair behind me as I turn and look, and then come back up. Same thing, opposite side, twist, come back up, okay? We're going to do 10 on each side. I will count, and we're going to go for it. If it's too much on your back, this is working it too, okay? Just not as harsh. Here we go. Lean 1, bring it up. Lean 2, bring it up. Keeping it going. As I'm doing this, what I am not letting happen is my back collapsing. All right, so I'm just twisting and hinging. Twist and hinge, bring it back up. Should really feel it along the rib cage and waistline. You guys are doing good. I'm also making sure that my eyes turn with me so that my spine opens up with the movement. Keeping it going, you guys. You guys are doing great. We are almost done. You guys have done a wonderful job. We keep mixing it up a little bit more each workout, and you guys keep pushing yourselves, and that's great. You'll be ready to be back into the swing of things before you know it, right? Like we never skipped a beat. Last one on each side-ish. Finishing it up and bring it in. Good. We're going to stretch out that back again, okay? Reach it forward. Let everything kind of stretch, loosening up in the spine. Nice, easy stretch in there. And then slowly roll it back up. You guys did great. Thank you so much for coming in for our pop-up today and bumping it up a notch a little bit with our balance and our core. You guys did a great job. So check out the other videos. Remember, even though it may sound like a scary title, a lot of the instructors are offering a bunch of modifications just to try something new. You never know. No one else is watching you, right? Might as well try it at home. Hopefully you guys are staying dry, and thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.